This hug said everything. Wang and Shen Yue's wedding footage has finally surfaced, and fans can hardly believe their eyes. For years, people speculated, imagined, and even dreamed about what it would be like if these two beloved stars ended up together in real life. And now, it seems that dream has come true. The leaked video is short, barely a minute long, but within that minute the world witnessed something so pure, so heartfelt, that words almost fail to describe it. The clip begins in what looks like a small courtyard garden, surrounded by warm fairy lights and candles glowing softly in the evening air. The atmosphere is simple yet beautiful, nothing extravagant, nothing loud. Instead of a glamorous ballroom or a massive hotel hall, the space feels intimate, almost like stepping into a private dream. You can hear faint music in the background, a live piano playing a gentle melody. There are fresh flowers arranged carefully along the arch, mostly white and blush roses mixed with green leaves. Every detail whispers simplicity and sincerity. Then the camera turns, and there they are. Wang, dressed in a classic black tuxedo, sharp and elegant but with a nervous smile tugging at his lips. And standing across from him, Shen Yue, wearing a delicate ivory gown with lace sleeves, holding a small bouquet in her hands. Her hair is softly curled, a few strands brushing her face, and her eyes are already glistening with emotion. The officiant's voice can be heard faintly. "Do you, Wang, take Shen Yue to be your wife?" There's a pause. Dylan looks at her, not at anyone else. His smile grows wider and his voice, steady but warm, replies, "I do." The officiant then asks Shen Yue the same. Her lips tremble slightly as she whispers, "I do." It's at that moment that you can hear soft laughter and sniffles from the small group of guests. Family and closest friends, perhaps, who know how meaningful this moment is. Then comes the instruction that everyone waits for: you may now embrace the one you love. Instead of leaning in for a kiss immediately, Dylan takes a step closer and wraps his arms tightly around Shen Yue. She drops her bouquet, almost without noticing, and clings to him just as firmly. It isn't just a hug. It's a statement, a promise, a release of years of quiet, hidden feelings finally allowed to bloom in the open. The way Dylan buries his face into her shoulder, the way Shen Yue holds onto him as if she never wants to let go, it's more powerful than any words they could say. The applause from the guests is soft, respectful, but filled with joy. That hug said everything. The footage ends just as they pull back slightly, looking into each other's eyes, their faces glowing with happiness. But those few seconds were enough to set the internet ablaze. Within hours of the video leaking online, hashtags like #dylanwangwedding and #ShenYueBride shot to the top of trending lists across platforms. Fans began analyzing every detail of the footage: her gown, his ring, the flowers, even the venue. Some swore they recognized the garden as a private estate outside Hangzhou. Others claimed it was in a secluded resort known for hosting discreet celebrity events. The truth? Nobody knows for sure. But fans don't mind. For them, the most important thing is that Dylan and Shen Yue have chosen each other. Comments poured in from all over the world. One fan wrote, "I've waited years for this hug. It's like watching Meteor Garden come to life, but better, because this is real." Another said, "You can fake acting, but you can't fake that kind of embrace." The love in their eyes is undeniable. Many pointed out how symbolic the hug was. In dramas, kisses often seal the scene, but here it was the hug that took center stage. It wasn't about performance or a picture-perfect moment. It was about connection, trust, and emotion that went beyond what cameras usually capture. The hug told the story of two people who had walked through years of speculation, pressure, and fame, and still found each other. Of course, questions immediately arose. How long have they been married? When exactly did this wedding take place? Was it recent, or have they been keeping it private for months? Clues started to surface. In a live stream a few months ago, Shen Yue was spotted adjusting a ring on her left hand, quickly moving it out of sight when fans noticed. At the time, people brushed it off as nothing. But now, many believe it was her wedding band. Dylan himself posted a photo not long ago where he wore a simple silver ring, though he gave no explanation for it. Today, fans are convinced it was his ring of commitment. Insiders in the industry are quietly nodding, saying they're not surprised. One anonymous source said, "Dylan and Shen Yue have always been close. Whenever their schedules allowed, they would spend time together, but they were careful. They wanted to protect what they had from the noise of the media." Another hinted that their families have been supportive for a long time, and that this wedding was not a sudden decision but a carefully planned, heartfelt event. It's not hard to see why they chose to keep it private. Both Dylan and Shen Yue value their peace and simplicity. They've never been ones to flaunt their personal lives, preferring to let their work speak for itself. But behind that privacy, it seems, a love story has been quietly growing stronger. The reaction online has been overwhelmingly supportive. Fans in China, the Philippines, Indonesia, and beyond have flooded timelines with congratulations. Digital artists have started creating fan art inspired by the leaked video. One fan from the Philippines drew a digital sketch of the hug, captioning it, "No drama script could ever write this. This is real love." Others have been sharing edits of Dylan and Shen Yue's on-screen moments from Meteor Garden, now paired side by side with the wedding footage. The parallels are uncanny, and for many fans, deeply emotional. It feels like a fairy tale come full circle, the characters who captured hearts on screen now writing their own ending in real life. But while fans celebrate, speculation about the leak continues. Who filmed it? Was it a guest who couldn't resist sharing the memory? Or was it a professional clip accidentally released? Neither Dylan nor Shen Yue has made a public statement yet. Their agencies remain silent too. And in a way, that silence only adds to the mystery. Yet perhaps that's the beauty of it. The video doesn't feel like a publicity stunt. It doesn't feel staged. It feels like something meant to be private, something raw and genuine, that just happened to slip into the world. And now, fans everywhere are cherishing it as a gift. Because that hug was more than just an embrace. It was a language of its own. A way of saying, "I choose you." Not just today, not just for the cameras, but for all the days to come. And maybe that's why this footage has touched people so deeply. In a world where celebrity romances often feel temporary or exaggerated for attention, Dylan and Shen Yue's moment feels refreshingly real. It reminds people of the kind of love that doesn't need an audience to exist. The kind of love that feels both ordinary and extraordinary at the same time. Some fans have even begun calling it the hug heard around the world. Because while words can be doubted and headlines can be twisted, the sincerity of that embrace cannot be denied.